Okay, Slither Wing is amazing. It puts in so much work this game. I cannot wait for you guys to see it in action. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're going against Patreon from the Discord server. Go ahead and join the Discord server. It's the best place to go for Pokemon Scarlet Violet Wi-Fi battles right now. There is a link in the description down below. We're battling in the OU tier for anyone wondering. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this one. And with that being said, let's jump into the team preview. Oh no, Patron's bought a really solid looking team. This is going to be a tough one. Dragapult, Iron Moth, Tinglu, Glimmora, Greninja, and a Corviknight. So very powerful looking team. It's going to be tough to deal with. They probably lead with the Glimmora, so I'm probably safe to lead off with the Dragapult and go off a nice powerful Shadow Ball early off indeed. If they lead with Tinglu, obviously we go from there. If they lead up with the Dragapult, we switch into Azumarill because we're Assault Vest. We can take any special move it wants to throw at us, and physical moves aren't really going to do much to us either. Yeah, I think Dragapult's a solid lead, to be honest with you. I don't think we'll lose Dragapult early on from the Glimmora because Glimmora doesn't really get much super effective coverage against Dragapult, so we should be fine. And the battle begins. So Patron's going to lead off with Steel type, which is going to be the Corviknight, as we let off with our Dragapult. So not necessarily a bad matchup per se. We can go for a Flamethrower if we really want to right now. Kind of more inclined to go for a U-turn, as they probably go for their own U-turn right now. So I'm actually inclined to go for a Flamethrower. However, will that open me up to be revenge killed by anything? So let's go for a Flamethrower. Let's see how much damage we do to this Corviknight. Getting damage early on the Corviknight is going to be really useful. So Flamethrower. Oh, okay. Joy Specs Dragapult with a Modest Nature. One-shots Corviknight from full with a non-stab Flamethrower. That is crazy damage. Alright, and in comes Tinglu. So Tinglu is obviously a big count. Definitely counters us here. It can switch and take any hit that we want to throw at it and can probably dish out some super effective damage. I think it gets Throat Chop. I actually faced a Throat Chop version the other day and it was pretty mad. So what are we going to here? Slither Wing? I think Slither Wing is probably the best bet. So let's go into Slither Wing real quick and we can go for a nice and powerful U-turn because they definitely don't want to stay in and take a close combat, that's for sure. They definitely don't want to take a close combat from us, that's for sure. So we're going to Slither Wing. They go for a Spikes. Absolutely fine by me. Slither Wing can put in some fine work this game, you know. First impression is going to do a lot of damage to a lot of Pokemon on their team, including the Greninja. So we obviously go for a U-turn here. They definitely don't stay in to take a close combat, so we're going to switch out with a U-turn, which should do a lot of damage to the Tinglu anyway. They do withdraw the Tinglu. What are they going to go into? The Iron Moth or the Glimmora? Maybe the Glimmora. Favorite, which is going to be the Dragapult. So Dragapult comes in to take a U-turn. Let's see how well it takes it. It takes it pretty well. It takes like an absolute champ, to be fair. As now we're going to free switch into our nice and powerful Azumarill. Now Azumarill is in a great position right now. Azumarill is in a fantastic position right now because Azumarill can just go for a Play Rough and hurt pretty much everything on their team. Or we can go for a Liquidation and hurt everything on the team. I'm pretty sure Liquidation will not KO, but will do a lot of damage to the Dragapult. I think I'll play it safe and go for a Play Rough this time. As they do go for a U-turn, which is going to do minimal damage to us, of course. But it's a bit of chip at the end of the day. And they do reveal they are Life Orb, which is good to know. So Favorite goes back to Patron. Let's see what they're going to bring in to take a Play Rough right now. Because we could easily go for a Liquidation, you see. In comes He Explode, which is going to be the Glimmora. We go for a Play Rough. That's going to do minimal damage, of course, to the Glimmora. But it does get up the toxic debris. So we're going to have to try and clear some hazards away, which is unfortunate. But what can we do? What can we do here, though? What can we really do here against this Glimmora? I think if they either go for a Sludge Wave or a Stealth Rock. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to assume... See, if I bring Goldengo in, they just go into Tinglu, right? I think I bring Goldengo in anyway because A, we're immune to Mortal Spin. Not that they would go for it. B, we're immune to Sludge Wave. And C, if they go for Stealth Rocks, we can just go for a Make It Rain and take this thing out, right? So we'll go into Monopoly. The Monopoly guy. Hurt by Spikes, which is unfortunate. What can you do? They do go for a Mortal Spin, which isn't going to do much to us, being a Steel type. So I'm going to go for the Make It Rain. Make It Rain, there's no real reason not to because it's going to hurt the Tinglu for a little bit of damage. And it's going to hurt the Iron Moth for a little bit of damage as well. So let's go for the Make It Rain. They're going to withdraw the Glimmora. And they're going to go into what? The Tinglu. Tinglu is the safest switch in. It does lower our special attack with its Vessel of Ruin, of course. So what we can do is we just go for the Make It Rain. Still does a lot of damage. Still does a lot of damage. Goldengo is a powerhouse, though. That's the real thing. Goldengo is such a powerhouse. So let's go back into our Donphan right now. And the reason we're going to go into Donphan is because we're going to try and get rid of these Stealth Rocks. I say Stealth Rocks. Stealth Rocks haven't been set up yet, but they're probably going to come, right? They're probably going to come this turn. Probably from the Tinglu, right? Or they go for another layer of spikes. One of the two. Either way, we want to deal with that accordingly. So they go for a Throat Chop. I told you I saw Throat Chop on Showdown. I knew it was a thing. I knew it was a thing. Haha. So, with that in mind, let's go for our own Stealth Rocks for a start. I think our own Stealth Rocks are a pretty good option because they've got the Iron Moth right there. I don't necessarily need to Rapid Spin, and they might go into their Dragapult right now. So I'm going to go for my Stealth Rocks. I feel like they're going to go for the Dragapult switch to block the Rapid Spin anyway. Go for the Stealth Rocks. They do stay in. I'm probably going for his Spikes again, which is absolutely fine by me. They have got Hazard Clearer in the Glimmora. They go for a Stomping Tantrum. Stomping Tantrum have some special effect that I didn't know about. Is that why he's using it? I don't know. Anyway, we're not in the best situation right now. Tinglu's kind of just like nearly dead. So we'll go for a Rapid Spin real quick, and we'll just go ahead and get rid of these Spikes and Toxic Spikes. They're going to withdraw the Tinglu. Are they going to go into the Dragapult to block the Rapid Spin? He Explode. That's going to be the Glimmora, right? So Rapid Spin comes through on the Glimmora, which is absolutely fine by me. We get rid of the Toxic Spikes and the Spikes, but unfortunately they are going to get another layer of Toxic Spikes up because we're hitting him with the Rapid Spin right now. So that's unfortunate, but what can you do about that? Toxic Spikes might... Poison Spikes disappeared from around your team. Does that include the ones that we just set? Am I thinking that right? They actually... Let's have a look. Oh, it does include the ones. It includes the ones that were set. So they were set before the Rapid Spin effect takes place. Fair enough. I can't complain about that. Let's go for an EQ and take this thing out. Venom Shot comes through. That's probably going to take us out. It does take us out, unfortunately. As down goes Donphan. But Donphan did its job. He got up Stealth Rocks and it got rid of the Spikes and Toxic Spikes, which is absolutely amazing. So I couldn't ask for more from it. Looking at their team, Dragapult comes in right now. The reason I'm going into Dragapult is because you don't want to hit the Glimmora with a physical attack. Because if you hit it with a physical attack, you're going to get them Toxic Spikes up all in your face again. So looking at the team matchup, I'd say we can drop a Draco right now or a Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball's probably best option. No, because they might go Greninja. So let's go for a Draco Meteor right now and just drop a Draco on its face. Drop a Draco real quick. There we go. Glimmora goes down. No more hazards. That's it. Shaboot gone. Well, I mean, they still have the Tinglu technically, but Tinglu is going to go down eventually because Stealth Rocks are going to stack in on it, and it's got no recovery, and it's got like no HP left. In comes the Greninja. So Greninja comes in. Greninja's obviously a big threat. It hits incredibly hard, and it's going to do a lot of damage to our team. So the best bet we've got is probably going to be the Azumarill. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the Azumarill. I don't think I need Azumarill for much else. The Aqua Jet might come in handy for the Iron Moth later on down the line. So I'm going to try not to let it go down to this Greninja. But, you know, you never know what's going to happen. So we'll switch out our Dragapult. We do have Speed the Greninja. Could have gone for the Terra Draco Meteor. But, you know, it always misses on the crucial moment. So why not just go into Azumarill? As they go for a Grass Knot. Now, we are protected by the Assault Vest. But still does a lot of damage. And they become a Grass type as well, which is good to know. So since they're probably locked into Grass Knot, and they're probably going to go for another Grass Knot right now, I'm going to go into Slither Wing. I'm going to preserve my Azumarill for later. I think the Aqua Jet could come in handy for picking off some threats like the Iron Moth if it says some agility. They go for another Grass Knot. That's obviously going to do a decent chunk of damage, to be fair. That's because it was a crit. Of course it was a crit. So they've not shown any items, so I'm assuming they're Choice Specs. Because that did a lot of damage to the Azumarill, and it shouldn't have really done that much damage. So I'm going to go for a U-turn right now. They do withdraw the Greninja, confirming they are probably Choice Specsed. And they're going to go into Favorite, which is going to be the Dragapult again. So Dragapult's going to come in, going to take some Stealth Rock damage. Slither Wing's going to come through with a U-turn and get the KO, right? It does indeed, as down goes the Dragapult. So Dragapult goes down to the Slither Wing. That's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So Slither Wing looks good, doing really good here. Slither Wing's done really well this game. I know it's only taking out one Pokemon, but it's doing wonders. It's doing absolute wonders. So, we've got a couple of options. I think our best bet is to go into Dragapult. So I'm going to go into Dragapult real quick. We're going to go Lycanroh over here. Nice and powerful Dragapult. as they can go into whatever they want pretty much. Alright, in comes Iron Mothra, which is a good nickname. It's going to get some Stealth Rock damage, and it's going to get a booster energy. It's going to get a booster energy, which is going to boost its special attack. So, we could just go for Draco Meteor right now. We should be golden. Let's go for the Draco, and let's try our best. They're going to Terrestrialize. What type are they going to go into? A Fairy type? Please don't be Fairy. If they're Fairy, that's a good play. If they're Fairy, that's a really good play. They are Fairy. Okay, that's a good play. I wasn't expecting that at all. I really wasn't expecting that at all. So that Draco Meteor is unfortunately not going to do anything to them. That's unfortunate, but that's a really good play on my opponent's behalf. They go for a Dazzling Gleam, boosted by Terrestrialization. It's definitely going to take out our Dragapult over here as we do go down. So that's unfortunate, but what can you do? They have also got the booster energy from well, they've got the booster energy, so that's the thing. We've got Terra Steel on Goldengo, so we can't really do much here. I think our bestest of bets is going to be the Aqua Jet on the Azumarill first. And then we go into our Slither Wing. Yeah, we go for the Aqua Jet first. Get some damage off on it. Aqua Jet comes through. Does some good damage to the Iron Moth, which is great. They go for a Sludge Wave, which is, of course, going to take us out. So that's unfortunate, but what can you do? Now, we are Terra Bug on the Slither Wing. I'm going to have to Terrestrialize into a Bug type. I've got a lot of, same type Terras on this thing. Like, I've got Dragon on Dragapult, Water on Azumarill. We got Steel on the Goldengo, and we've got Bug on the Slither Wing. So I'm just kind of emphasizing the stab right now. So we're going to Smithers real quick. Smithers can handle this, no problem. And basically what we do here is we go for a nice and powerful Terra Bug boosted first impression, and that should take it out, no problem. So we'll Terrestrialize into a Bug type. It also takes away our Fighting type, so if the Greninja was extra sensory, we would be able to take away our weakness to that. But I'm pretty sure Hydro Pump will take us out anyway, but we should be able to win this with Slither Wing. Slither Wing is putting in the finest of work. It took out the Dragapult, took out the Iron Moth right now. It's definitely going to take out the Iron Moth right now. There we go, down it goes, which is absolutely amazing. So Slither Wing comes through with the KO on the Iron Moth. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. You've got to love it. In comes the Greninja. So Greninja comes in. Obviously, we're locked into the first impression. We don't want to be. We're going to have to sack something off. So I'm going to sack off initially. I'm going to sack off initially the Goldengo. I think Goldengo is the perfect one to sack because we want to sack. We want to sack, so we go into the frailer one because Umbreon's not going to go down to Greninja in one hit. There we go, going to withdraw Slither Wing, or Smithers as we call him. And we're going to go into Monopoly over here. So Monopoly comes in. We're just going to sack it off. They go for a Hydro Pump. They miss the Hydro Pump. Oh no, they don't miss the Hydro Pump. They don't miss the Hydro Pump. They do miss the Hydro Pump. That's funny. I'm going to go for the Make It Rain right now. Wait, why don't I go for Make It Rain? Oh, they withdraw the Greninja. Okay, they withdraw the Greninja. That's fair enough. We win with Slither Wing there. We win with Slither Wing. So Tinglu's going to come in. They're going to sack Slither Wing off. They're going to sack it off to the Goldengo right now. So Goldengo gets a KO, which is unfortunate because I wanted to get the last Pokemon with Slither Wing, but I guess it's not going to work out that way. They are locked into the whatever move they go for, so I'm pretty sure Greninja's going to come in now and go for a Dark Pulse. There's the Greninja switch. In it comes. Absolutely fine by me. Absolutely fine by me. We're going to go for a Shadow Ball real quick because obviously it's going to go for a Dark Pulse. I don't know why I went for a Shadow Ball. They go for the Dark Pulse. It's going to change them into a Dark type, which is perfect for Slither Wing. As down goes the Monopoly man over here. So absolutely phenomenal game. Really back and forth. Really fun game, to be honest with you. Thank you for the Battle Patron. But unfortunately, your Greninja's day is done, as we're going to go into Slither Wing over here and get off a nice and powerful first impression. So let's go ahead and click that first impression. There we go. And that should clean up the game just nicely. First impression comes through. There we go. Down goes the Greninja, and that is going to be the game. So GG Patreon, that was pretty fun, like I said before. Thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.